Here is a look at your gap and go trades for the week of October 6th through the 10th. I will go over price targets on the 5-minute time frame, have a gap recap from September 20th through October 3rd, and update the chart as well. Hi everyone, it's Dow on the Dow. First up is Rivn. We ended the day at $13.65, up 0.89%. This is the only ticker in the green from this previous week. This is where we ended, very close to resistance, which takes us back to this area at roughly 1378. Above that, 1410, and at 4 standard deviations, that is roughly $14.44. Now, to the south side, that will take us down to this level, which is very close to this area that I've marked out in the past, as well as this area. The yellow lines are from 2024. The purple is from 2025. Now, because this is so close to where I've already marked, I want to delete it, but I want to show you where did I mark that out. That I marked out, there we go, the chart finally caught up with me, on Monday, August 25th. So I will delete this line, and I'm going to delete the line below it, and I marked that one out on Monday, July 14th. So let's delete that, get it out of the way. I don't need any of these lines. I just leave them on here so that you can see where we have been and where we could be headed. Up here, 1584 is the highest. I've tracked it so far, but the 52-week high is 1715. And we are getting close, but now we are in a downward channel, giving it all back up, or giving it back. All right, to the south side, that middle of the trend is this line. Oh, you know what? I still have this one that's close. Maybe I deleted the wrong one. That's okay. I don't need these lines. I'll just delete that as well. Now, the line I do want to draw for this upcoming week is that line. I will turn it purple. So that is 1310. So we're at resistance, basically. If we roll over, which we will be, we hit this line, we could bounce off of that, or we could chop sideways, or follow this green line to the south side. Now, below that, that takes us back to an area we've been at roughly 1245-ish. Another level of support, another potential buy-in area, another potential stop-loss area, 1211 and 1187. These are your sell signals, your sell signal, your sell signal, as well as a sell limit. If you like to set those, I like to do that, even though you sometimes lose out, leaving too much on the table. We've got a gap taking us down to 1139, and I believe this is the last gap that I have marked out for Rivn. So hopefully we are going to get down here at some point. Rip off the band-aid, hit this area, and then bounce. Okay, so yeah, I don't see any other gaps, but it doesn't matter. I don't need to see the gaps. The lines and my charting will tell me where it's going to go anyway. So there's always going to be a south side, even though a gap may not get filled. Okay, the next thing I want to show you is this gap to the north side. So whenever we reverse, it'll take us back to roughly 1458. All right. The next one is Boeing. Option R to reset that, recalibrate. 216.30 is where we ended. Resistance takes us up here. So if we go from here to here, we could chop sideways, or we could go follow this line. And many levels of resistance between here and here. That's a safe area to play. Okay, up here takes us to 219.82, 220.82, and roughly 221.78. 215.96, 214.99, and 214.03. Looking left, you can see we got close to support and there was a bounce. This is your clear sell signal, your sell signal, your sell signal, or your take profit on the way up. But rolling down, you can wait and hope that it bounces, or you can set a stop loss going down. Now we had a sell-off here at resistance. This is another line at resistance. And oh, this gap closed. It was a short one. So we closed on Tuesday, September 30th. That opened up on Monday. Oh, no, sorry, that's a Friday. I thought it was going to roll over. Friday, September 26th. So this is no longer a landmine to the south side. It was an anticipated move going short from up here. And if you went short, congrats, it filled right there. Delete. Now this gap to 215.33 also closed. This line is support, and there was a bounce off of it, but we went all the way through this line and then bounced. So that's what the power of the gap looks like. So that took us down to 215.36-ish or 33-ish. Delete. All right. By the end of the week, it looks like we're on a uptick here. Of course, you're going to get different buy and sell signals on the different time frames. This is the 5. By the end of the week, the middle of the trend could take us to 222.62, and the outer band, don't hold your breath, 226.60, and we could end up here as well at 218.89. What about gaps to the upside? Well, we've got gaps up here, not in the channel, not in the zone, not even close. We do have a gap to the downside at 208.81, but right now we are moving farther away from it because we are in an upward channel. Boeing has taken a hit and it's clawing its way back. And then there was some good news about orders, and then I saw something hit that was bad. So this thing is all over the place with news. But what is this? MSR to Birmingham? No. Boeing has postponed. Yep. Okay, that's the latest one I saw. Postponed the 777X jet to launch to early 2027, affecting delivery timelines and possibly incurring $2.5 billion to $4 billion in accounting charges. And they settled with the wrongful death lawsuit of the guy that supposedly did not kill himself. No way. Anyway, they settled that, had some good news. So the ticker started to run, but this also hit. So I don't know if it really affected them that much, but that's not good. $2.5 billion to $4 billion in accounting charges. All right. What else? Okay, let's move on. Tsly. Oh, God, this one's whipped me all over the place. I am deep into this one. I do own Boeing for my mom. And for Tsly, this looks like a hot mess. Remember, I could delete all this. I don't need it. I leave it here. And eventually I will delete it. All right, we are at 834. So to the north side, one level of resistance. 872, 899, and roughly 826. The middle of the trend takes us back to this green line, which is an area that I've sold in the past. And I will mark it out right here, just slightly below the green line. And then this line I'm going to delete since we're so close to that, but just so that you know, I marked it out. Oops, Command Z to undo. You have to grab it at a particular spot. Okay, I drew that out on, the chart needs to catch up, Monday, June 30th. So let's delete that. Oops. Option R. Now let's stretch it out. Okay, so that is my line here. So if we roll over, I will anticipate a bounce around this area to go sideways, or better yet, continue this downward trajectory. Okay, now below that at another, this is a buy line too, by the way, from up here, and then another potential buy line, many buy and sell signals in between here. Okay, this just takes us back to an area we've been, 762, 736, and roughly, let me move this out of the way so I can see, 708. And the hot pink lines are lines where I own the share. I own some above and many below. So I am in the green with this one, but I anticipated, oh yeah, with Tsly. No, it was Palantir. I anticipated a drop to Palantir and I got antsy and I bought in and I should not have. But I did. That's okay. I've made some bank off of Palantir, so I can't complain. All right, this needs to be cleaned up. That took us down to 843. Delete, no longer in play. 843, delete. That opened up Monday, September 15th and closed, what did I say? The 3rd, Friday. Oh, that started at 884, delete. And this gap also closed out, which I did not clean up. Oh, that took us right here to Thursday, October 2nd, delete, delete. And what is, oh, this is a small one right here. Let's move this out of the way. So there was a gap right there and it filled, a very short one. That took us down to 906, but while I'm here, I'm just going to clean it up. And there was a gap fill, let's make this bigger. That filled on September 30th, delete. That took us down to 934. See, we were higher back then. Okay, and what is happening here? I sold out at 0.98 just to get rid of some shares. It went up after that, sideways down some more, and boom, ran. That's okay. Oh, let's delete 931. Yeah, oops, let's move that back. All right, now I think that chart looks pretty clean. Okay, we've got some gaps. Oh, what is this? So that closed. Oh, that one closed right here on September 11th. Oh, I never noticed it. Okay, delete, delete. And then we were off to the races up there. And now we're giving it all back. Well, not all, but this one needs to be cleaned as well. I got to stop. So that's what you need to do is clean up the chart, go through, mark it out. That way you know. That touched right there at 809. Yeah, these lines don't bother me, but the lines that I don't mark out when I close out a gap bothers me. I like it to be nice and clean in that sense. Okay, I think that's enough for Tsly. Unfortunately, we are in a downward channel, so keep that in mind. And that will take us to the south side here at roughly 733 for an opportunity to buy in, but it's going to be a fight because it'll bounce you up and down. But just know that it exists. And what is this? Oh, I bought in there. Okay, let's go to the next one. Well, let me just show you one other thing for Tsly, just because it's looking nasty here. That's the problem with Tsly turns on a dime. She's a terrible girlfriend. Okay, by the end of the week, oh, did I mark out? Oh, yeah, right here. Ooh, by the end of the week, the middle of the trend could be 611. and the upper band here, 720. And the outer band here, 502. No, I don't think so. Okay, if it goes to 502, I am loading up the truck. The 52-week low is 690. And, you know, people are talking about a market crash for an opportunity. You have to see that as an opportunity. Do not let that scare you. Yes, you're going to get hit and the account is going to tank. But if you have money on the side to get new money into dollar cost average down or start an account, it's a great opportunity. I lost hundreds of thousands of dollars during COVID. Well, the beginning of COVID, and then it came back roaring. Okay, that's how quickly it can turn. You don't know when it's going to happen. Okay, this closed at 791. I can just see that right here. I'm just going to clean it. 791. But I did not panic sell. I never have, never will. I see it as an opportunity. I am a contrarian. All right, 770. Here are your price targets. 790. 801. Don't hold your breath for 811. 749. 739 and 730. The middle of the trend is right there. So we could chop sideways, go slowly up. That would be lovely. And this one closed out. All right. There. Taking us up to 743. But why? Oh, I think I did a video on that day for Abdul because I think my video died. Recording just ended. All right, what else? This gap closed. Let's clean this up. That closed basically on, was it Monday or Friday? That would be Monday. Gosh darn it. I need to grab this white line out of the way. Yeah. I just wanted to see where that fell. Okay, that took us down to 695. We're at 770. So congrats if you went short, picked up some shares or did your options. All right, we've got gaps, landmines to the south side, but we are moving farther away from them for right now. But NEO has been on fire and then sold off. So we've been whipped around, but the 52-week high is 802. We're getting very close. Okay, I think that is, oh, let me just change this to purple because that just, everything I do in 2025 is in purple, so. It's like color-coded, Nike. Let me do this fast before my recording ends accidentally again. Okay, 71.93, middle of the trend takes us back to an area we've been, and that I marked out on Friday over the weekend, Monday the 8th. Let's delete it. And draw a new one. 74.74. And resistance, 78.16, 79.94, and don't hold your breath, 81.62. That will be for a different time. To the south side, 71.29, 69.56, and 67.85. Okay, 70.02. This one will take us to 62.72 and 58.38. All right, this gap looks like it closed, but it didn't. Still, that's something to look forward to when it reverses to this level. We're chugging our way along here. And then we have other gaps. And I'll be tracking this to 94.08, and then I will stop tracking it once we get there. Okay, that is a look at my 97th, if you can believe that, gap and go trades. And I will do a video later on RCT for Trader Marat, who pointed out that ticker that I've never looked at, so I'm looking forward to that. And I will go over a few other trades as well. Have a great trading week.